Hey, hello, hi. It's your home slice, Dammy Zane.
What's good, people? It's your boy Venom in the building. What's good?
Yo, I need to figure out some sort of sound effects because I'm jealous out here. Can't just be you doing.
I don't even know where that came from, you know?
My intro is so dry.
No, I love your intro. I love your intro. I feel like mine is a bit like extra, but at the same time, that's who I am, and I'm mad extra at the most unnecessary of times.
I love it. I need to be goofy, more goofy. I'm goofy already, but I need to be more goofy.
See, I'm doing it because I'm trying to be cool, and you're calling it goofy. See what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
No, but goofy's cool.
Okay.
Who wants to be like
actually cool?
No, but prim and proper all the time. It gets a bit.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Sometimes goof around. Hi everyone, welcome to the Unpicked podcast. Hold on a minute. Why am I doing the intro?
Exactly. Hi everyone, welcome to the Unpicked podcast. Hope you're well. Hope you're blessed. Hope you're traversing this year with finesse, as we are.
Ooh,
you know. You see it there. You see the words. Using two vocabulary and that. Traversing and that. I don't know how many syllables that is, but man, stepping up in the words. You get me?
What is
I'm getting
this,
back into my. You get me? Traversing.
Wow.
Yeah. Do with that what you will. But use it this week in your conversations. See if people pick it up on that.
This is where I tell you to pipe down.
Can you see the gas? Can you see me just like...
Yeah, his head is inflating. I'm not going to fit it into the screen.
Yo.
I'm playing. How you been, though? What's good?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm well. I'm very tired because this week I've been working like crazy. Like 9 to 5, 5 to 9. I've been working, but it's good though. Do you know what? It's reminding me of life before the pandemic. So yeah, it's a good sign, I guess. What about yourself?
I'm good. I'm blessed. For our new listeners and watchers, welcome to the party. Welcome to the gang. And for our returners, hey, hi, welcome back. We appreciate you all. Okay, let's get into the ting. Get me?
Yeah,
let's go. So, Benem.
Yeah.
I've got a what would you do situation that I want to bring to the table. And I really want to hear what you got to say. So I want to paint the scenario for you, yeah? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, let's go. Let's do this, yeah? So basically, imagine you've been married for 10 years.
Okay.
All right? You've got 3 kids. 3 beautiful kids, okay? You've got a 7-year-old son. You've got a 5-year-old son. You've got a 6-month-old daughter.
You're definitely trying to stress me out, but okay.
Yeah, the apple of your eye. Like, you really wanted a daughter as well, so like.
I do.
You had to try, you know. So like after the middle one was, you know, sometimes he's like, you know what, babes, let's try again. Let's try one more time. I really want a daughter. Like I want a little, you know. She finally conceives and little girl, 6 months old, you know, the love of your life. All right, cool. Now imagine, for some reason or other, you find yourself at having to do paternity tests, kids, and you see that show. I don't even know the name of the show, but it's basically like paternity court. Have you heard about it in America?
Yeah, or Maury, or Jerry Springer,
something like that. You find yourself on a show. Okay, they reveal. They go, okay, for 7-year-old, I don't know, Tashawn, you are not the father.
Wow.
Like, whoa, wow! After 7 years, wow! Like, damn. Okay, it's cool. I still love my son. He's still my son.
Carry on.
like for 5-year-old Ray, you are not the father.
Damn.
Oh, bodied. Damn. Okay. And then for 6-month-old Angel, you are not the father.
Damn.
My question to you is, none of them are yours, but are you staying?
Okay.
What are you saying?
It's pretty simple for me. That's a hell to the no.
He said, hell
No.
no.
Listen,
Hell to the nah, to the nah, nah.
there's no way on earth, that someone
Swear.
is gonna do madness like that on my life to make me think that I have children. So that's not just that I thought these kids were my kids and they're not my kids. That's also, but you played me. We're married and you stepped out on me 7 years ago. How old was the other one? 6 years ago. And 6
7,
months
5, and
plus
6
the 9.
months.
Like, you just repeatedly out here smashing next man's. Nah, that ain't running.
Hold on, yeah. So you're gonna throw away 10 years of marriage like that?
Okay. I
You've
think
been
this
in these
is.
kids' lives.
I definitely have, But again, and this is my perspective, and I try my best to enlighten people to how I see life and the world and everything. This is all like, and I don't mean this with regards to the scenario of kids and having kids and being married and being in a relationship, although it's going to sound weird when I say it. But to me, life is just a game, innit? You're just playing your part, your character one. And you know what I mean? Anything can change at any moment in time. You can go to a new level. You can get the secret treasure, next boss, side quest. It's just a simulation. It's not that deep. If people want to mess around with my experience of this game, nah, not on my watch, bruv. I'm going to another level. Peace.
So you're gonna throw away 10 years of marriage.
It was
And
already
think
thrown
about it,
away.
like
It was thrown away 7 years ago.
Tashawn has known you as his dad for 7 years.
Me and Tashawn are cool. Tashawn is my homie.
Mm.
I don't turn my back on my homies, but I'm not playing myself. That's not happening. Me and Tashawn will have our own connection. Same thing for who? Ray Ray.
Yeah,
Same
Ray
thing
Ray.
for Angel, even though Angel wouldn't even really know me like that. But I am not expending myself as someone's father when that's not who I am. I ain't got time to waste. I ain't got games to play with people who want to be marrying you and then having babies for next man. Love, you are on your own. Darry? I'm not the one.
Think about the emotional bond that you have with these kids.
Listen. I have to sit up in his chair and everything.
It's peak, innit?
I'm telling you now,
It's peak.
there is no emotion deeper than the love that I have for myself. I love my peace. I love my sanity. I love the clarity that I experience when I'm all alone just by myself. I'm not compromising that for anybody or any situation ever in this life. Ever. That's my only like red flag or barrier or whatever. No. If it's between me and you, it's always going to be me.
Fair enough.
No way. Jeez. I'm just thinking about it. 7 years.
You didn't even have to think about it too tough. You was like straight away. I feel like you said no in your mind as soon as you heard that Tashawn wasn't yours. It's like, yeah, I'm
Listen, if the children are not mine, then from that point on, all I'm thinking about is the disrespect. That's what I'm focused on.
What if? Okay, Tashawn is not yours. Ray is yours, and Angel is yours. Would your answer change?
So what was the question again? Would I stay?
Yeah.
Don't know about that one, boy.
You're really
I don't know about
thinking
staying.
now.
I don't know about staying. I don't know. I don't think I'm man enough.
So the only mistake that she made was
that she banged next man and had next man's baby.
7 years ago. 7 years ago.
It doesn't matter if it was 7 years ago or yesterday. It's not the time that it's not the timing that does anything. It's the action. The action doesn't decrease in value over time. It's like, no, it's the same thing. In fact, I don't know. I'm not good. I'm not good like that. That's not how I'm set up. I think I've said this before. Cheating is not for me, man. It's not gonna run well with my ego.
Yeah. I hear it. 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 I
That's
hear
just
it.
going to be a problematic relationship from that point on. Like, and I'm not proud to say it, but I'm gonna treat her so bad. Like, I wouldn't be my best self. So there's no point.
No, I can't bring my best self to work.
I can't get. I'm just, I'm just being
Oh
honest. I'm
Lord.
just being honest.
That is
It happened
funny.
like
Uh,
something. Not even. It's not even similar. But like the most relatable experience I've ever had in my life was this ex-girlfriend that I had who
mm,
cheated on me. She didn't even
mm,
cheat on me, but we just had a really toxic, messy breakup. And then I was like so like infatuated with her and whatever. And then basically we ended up going out again.
mm,
And then when we went out again, it's like the script had flipped, and now she was so super
mm.
into me. And when we were not together, all I wanted was her. But once I got her back, I was just like, I treated her like anything because you know what I mean? The previous disrespect or the
Yeah.
way things had made me feel that had happened previously, that's what was really influencing like how I was. And I was
Mm.
like, nah. And I just think in life, people don't need that stress. You don't need to be remembering these traumatic events and then trying to work your way through them. How about no trauma? How about that?
But
How about
you're
that for a
already
solution?
gonna be. There's no way, no how, unless you're heartless, you're gonna be traumatized because you've been in these children's life
Mm-hmm.
for. I mean, Tashawn is 7 years old.
7 years. That's
You
my
was there
homie.
when when wifey gave birth.
Yeah, yeah.
All the sleepless nights, nighttime
Mm-hmm.
feeds, bedtimes. Like you've been there the whole time,
I have.
and
And
then
yet
just to
she still
say,
stepped out. She still slept with next man. I mean, to be fair, right? Let's say, for example, all three of the kids are mine. Um, but at the point of having the last child, who's 6 months old, I just found out that she cheated. I would still be having a mad dilemma.
I was just about to, because that was gonna be my next question. Like, okay, what if Tashawn and Ray Ray were yours, but it's just Angel that's like,
No, but Tashawn, Ray Ray, and Angel could have been mine. And all that happened is that I know you cheated. I'm
oh,
having
oh,
major issues. I'm having
okay.
major issues.
So for you, it's not even so much the kids ain't yours. It's more you
The
cheated on
initial
me.
was the kids are ain't mine, but then now that I'm just really thinking about it, I'm like, no, I think also just cheating is just wow. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
Interesting.
Because you don't have to, sorry, but I would imagine it. Like, oh, okay. So it was really just spanking your cheeks. Okay.
Not clapping
Yeah.
cheeks.
Mm. And that is whew, that's disrespect,
That's a
boy.
bit of a mind fuck.
It is.
Yeah, I can see that because,
It's a lot.
like I said before in "Are You Taking a Cheat Back"
Mm,
episode, I knew that my man was giving another chick the stuff he's been giving to me in the bedroom.
mm,
I don't think I could. I don't think I'd even be able to have sex with him again. Because
mm.
as we're doing what we're doing, I'm thinking, wow, so this is how you flipped her and you did her
This
and
is
you
what I
kept cheats and
mean.
you did, is this what you was doing?
You don't need them things polluting your mind.
I'm telling you, the way I've got a very good imagination, I wouldn't be able to get over it. It'll be too much. So I get
Mm.
that. But when you add kids to it now, it's a
It
little
doesn't change
peak
what
in
it's going
it.
to do to my mind. It doesn't change what it's going to do to my mind. That's the thing. I think I've looked at enough people who are stronger than me. I've looked at their lives where they
Mm.
have made the opposite decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I wouldn't entirely say it's to their benefit. It might be to the benefit of their kids, or it might be to the benefit of their experience with their kids.
Mm.
But to their own personal mental health, I just do not feel like you need to be enduring this trauma for free. It's just like, why? It's like, this, I think it was this week, I must have watched a video of Wayne Rooney's wife, like defending him and explaining to, the press, like, we've worked through it, you know what I mean? It's our life and etc. etc. I'm just like, wow, that's a lot. Like, you're stronger than me. I could never.
Mm,
I don't care
mm,
how many millions they got in the bank. Like, I'm all right, thanks.
mm. I think the disrespect is the cheating, first of all, but then second of all, for it to be that you've got a child out of it and you
Mm.
concealed it and just
I mean,
allowed.
she may not have known. She may not have known. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she may not
I
have
don't really,
known, but
yeah, I don't really
that's
care
even
about the
worse then,
knowing.
because it means that she's been
You're just backing
a lot
and
of yeah, a
forthing.
lot of bodily fluids have been going back and
Mm,
forth around the same time, and that's a
mm,
bit,
mm, mm,
that's a
mm.
bit. Listeners,
No, no,
watchers,
no.
drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. We want to know, what would you do for the ladies? Let's say, rather than you find out the kids are not his, let's say you find out he's got kids outside, and you find out that you've been with him for a certain amount of time, and for most of that time he's had kids that are around the same age as the length of your relationship. What would you do? Are you staying, or you bust in case? And
Jeez.
let's get into the main topic. Okay, let's get into the main topic.
You're running into relationship troubles with someone, you're dating someone, obviously, and they have kids already, but those kids ain't yours.
Mm.
Are you staying?
When you say relationship troubles, what are we talking about here?
I mean, it could be anything. It could be. It doesn't have to be like literal red flag stuff, like, oh, he cheated on you. It could just be like, this is a really techie relationship. It requires a lot of
Did I
effort.
know he had kids beforehand, or is he springing
Yeah.
this on me?
No. You knew. You got into this relationship knowing it. It's not a lie or a
The
surprise.
kids, the kids
You're
ain't
dating
got
someone who's got
the
kids.
kids ain't got nothing to do with our techie relationship. If I'm gonna
They
leave,
might.
if I'm leaving him, it's because the relationship was techie. It's not about the kids.
So have you dated someone with kids?
No, if I knew in the beginning that they had a kid, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still happy to be in that relationship, then us being rocky, the deciding factor of whether or not I'm gonna leave is not the children. It's you, bruv.
No, of course the reason is gonna be
It's gonna be
them.
it's gonna be them and how our relationship is.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be, oh, this plus you got kids. I'm out. Do you know what I mean? And I can't do that because I knew you had kids in the beginning.
It was the stress of it, boy. Plus you got kids.
Plus you got kids.
Mad. Do you know what it is? I've dated 2 women who have kids.
Yeah.
It is 2. And they weren't long-term relationships, but they weren't like short, like as in they weren't 3 dates. It was like, yeah, we're like boyfriend and
Well,
girlfriend.
like six
We're
months.
dating. Yeah, like at least. It's like
Mm.
around that kind of vibe. And like those experiences, interesting, you know? Because I've said before on this podcast that I find women with kids super attractive because kids, or the process of having a kid, something to do with it, what it does to a woman, it levels them up in a way that life won't do that, if you know what I mean. Like there's a stark difference between mothers and women,
Do you
if
mean
you know
they're
what I
just more
mean.
responsible and they've got mouths to feed?
It
So
might be responsibility. I'm not. I can't really put. Is it just responsibility? No, because I've met people who are like super responsible who don't have kids. It's just a way. It's just a way. I can't really. Maybe it's even just the optics of me seeing someone nurture a child. I'm sure it's loads of different things, but like,
real
so there's
quick, do you
that.
guys find that stuff attractive? Like, because like some women, yeah, when they see a guy that they're potentially into around children and he's mad like into the kids,
Mm.
they start, some women start fantasizing, oh, is this what he's gonna be like when he's a dad? Or, girls are like that, right? Some girls love
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
especially if they want children. So,
Well, I don't know, because I found it weird. Because there was a stage when I really wanted children. I've always been like good with kids,
mhm.
but there was a stage where I was like, oh my god, I want children, and I made it this far, if you know what I mean, without magicking a baby mum somewhere, if you know what I mean. So I didn't find that like it. Well, actually, but I'm quite responsible in how I handle myself anyway, so maybe that's why. But
Wrapping it up.
yeah, back to the story at hand. But aside from those points, I actually found those relationships very, very challenging. And it's all because of the kid. Not necessarily directly, but ultimately, yeah,
Is it more
it's
the
because of the
child
kid.
itself, or is it because of the relationship between your girl and the baby dad, the father of the
So
child? Is that where the
in one
difficulty?
relationship, it was because of that relationship, and in the other relationship, it was because of the baby mom's relationship with me slash the child. So the first one was the baby dad. This
Mm.
baby dad was on one. I don't know why, but he had ordained himself with some type of ideology that he must be enforcing things to do with this woman's life, kind of like giving Kanye
He
energy.
was doing,
He was
I own you.
unhinged.
I
He was
own
doing
you.
unhinged.
Even when you,
He was doing, I don't know who you think you are, sleeping in this bed with my woman, in this house with my child. That like
but if
he
she
was
was
in
your
that space
woman, if she
mentally.
was your woman, why? What did
Mm,
you do to end the relationship though?
right. So he was giving that unhinged energy, not directly to me because
Oh, look
I
at,
didn't have his
yeah.
contact, but why would I?
Venom don't
Um,
be having that. That's when the villain will come out,
but no, but to
rough
be
you up.
fair, where it was coming from was even worse because he was then feeding this energy to the child. And then it's bouncing back from the child up to me. And then I was like, wow. Because it's not something that I could have ever anticipated. Had I thought about it 1,000 times, I would have never reached a conclusion where I thought, you know what? What if my man's a bit mad and then he starts spouting that to, do you know what I mean? Like that's wild.
I don't get it
But
though. This is one thing, yeah. Just real quick, yeah. Whether there's a child
mm,
or not, I really don't like it when a man's like, "We're not gonna be together, but no one else can have you." It's so
mm,
selfish.
it's wild
It's
energy. But
like,
I understand
yo,
if you
step up
really
then.
want someone,
No,
but
step up, step up, step up. If you don't want her to move
yeah,
on, fix whatever it is that's your issue and
that's the
step
issue.
up
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
be her man, innit?
Yeah,
Don't
I
now
don't
be
know.
doing, don't now be doing, I don't want you, but no man can have you. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't that. It definitely wasn't. I don't want you. He definitely
Oh, he
wanted her.
wanted her. She didn't want him
He
back.
definitely wanted her.
Why?
Yeah, it was.
Do you know?
I don't know the details. I
Didn't she
like
tell you
for
what happened
me.
between them?
I think she would have, except I'm not that kind of guy. I'm the kind of person where if I'm in a relationship with you, that's it.
You don't
I
really
don't want to know
care.
about your past.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
need to know. Because
No,
again,
but
like I was
because
saying
they
with the
have a
imagination,
no, but because they
I
have a
don't need to
kid.
know.
Because they have
I
a
don't
kid.
need to know. I don't need to know. If you're happy, your child is happy, and whatever arrangements you guys have is
I
working,
would want to know.
and everybody is happy.
Mm.
Yeah, I know, but this is why I'm no longer in that situation
I
because I
would want
don't
to
need
know
to
because
know
I want to know if you're still gonna go and clap her cheeks behind my back.
if he. That's not market. I'm not like worried
No,
about
no,
that.
no. I need
If
to
if
know.
someone,
I need to know because I'm a big.
what you need to know that
I
well,
need to know what's
in your
going
case,
on.
that
Yeah,
she's not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
interested
That
in him
she's
like
not. Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That she's not. When you're
But
going
what if
to
she
when you're going
is?
to pick up the kids now, she's turning up at
Yeah,
the door in lingerie, doing up. Oh,
mad.
I need to know.
But
Did
like,
you
what if
guys
she
end on
was? What
good or
if you
bad
had a good
terms?
relationship? But you had a good relationship with the guy.
Mhm.
You had a great relationship with the child.
Mhm.
Everything was blessed,
Mhm.
but his baby mums still wanted him, and that's literally the story. What's that doing to you?
Sticky. I'm one of those women that's like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight. If you want him, you have him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe I'm valuable and value don't beg.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
Yeah, but
I'm
he
a
wasn't making
big
you
no,
beg.
no, no. I'm not here to compete. I'm not competing. Either
He wasn't making you compete.
I don't even want to be in that situation. The only way that I would take myself out of I would take myself out of the game. He would then have to put boundaries in place for her and make me feel comfortable to be there. But as for me, if she's moving mad, I'm gonna take myself
Mm.
out. I'm gonna be like, you know what? To be fair, you lot got a kid together, innit?
Mad. Mad. I'm telling you,
And
kids,
I will
to
bust
me
case.
anyway.
I will bust case. And if he really wants me, he would be like, yo, this woman, I love this woman. I want to be with her. Baby mums, like, we've got a kid together. We can co-parent, but we need to have boundaries because she's important to me.
Mm.
But I'm not gonna be there trying to make myself the with me now. Because at the end of the day, you've got a kid together. You lot need to co-parent. So I'm not gonna try and like whatever. He's the one that's got to do that. But I'll just withdraw. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean
That's just
that was
me.
me. I just said, you know what?
Yeah.
This is a little bit mad.
Yeah.
But that's not even why we ended up that is not even why we ended up breaking up anyway. There was just what I mean, there was a few things, but it was like me just looking at everything and being like, realistically, this isn't gonna just function, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Another episode that I had in that relationship was when it came to discipline. And
yeah, you can't just be disciplining someone else's kids like that.
So my thing is with kids, because I am black, I am male, I am of Nigerian descent.
So are you
and Caribbean descent.
Yeah.
So without saying too much,
you're willing to discipline children.
Yeah, discipline can come in many varieties.
Of course it can.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't think that people should shy away from that, not to get into that conversation. So
some things they need to shy away from, but to that conversation.
Yeah. But so I'm playing with this child, and I'll say he's a boy actually. I'm playing with this boy, we're having a good time, and then you always know when a kid goes too far. Like, kids know when they go too far. Like, this is beyond the boundary of play. This is slightly disrespectful. Like, don't do that. Kind of. So he must have kind of did with this, and he's gone like to hit me, knowing that this is outside of the framework of how we're playing, kind of thing. So I've caught his hand. I put his hand down. Calm. You did it once. You know what I mean? We can move on. We can just ignore that. That's nothing. Says chill. And then he comes to do it again. So I just. And the thing is, yeah, being the adult is so funny when you see kids, because you don't realize how obvious your motives and stuff were when you were a kid, and you thought you was just ahead of the game, but really you're telegraphing all of your moves. So anyway, this kid comes to hit me, so I just grab his hand, and then I just had so many different thoughts running through my head, because I'm like, well, I obviously can't just beat this kid, because I haven't even had this conversation with the mom.
He means two finger smack.
Discipline.
2 finger smack.
Sorry. I can't just discipline this child, because I haven't had any type of conversation with the child's mother around how, what's the best strategy, if I should be just disciplining him, or if I should be offering him up to her to discipline. You know what I mean? It becomes really awkward, So then, in a long story short, I just held his hand and began chastising him, because his mum wasn't even in the room. So I just went into this monologue for at least 2 minutes straight. And I was just like, bro.
You lectured him.
Do you know how disappointed? But I mean, not shouting, nothing. I was just talking to him. I was like, and holding his hand in the air as well. I was like, bro, do you know how disappointed your mum would be if she saw you trying to hit me in her house, in the cinema, when I'm playing with you, when I'm cooking you food, blah, blah, and I'm just rolling. This boy went into tears. He was probably about 7 years old or something.
Oh, no, he's naughty.
So I'm just holding his hand in the air, giving him all of the lyrics. My man started bawling, his hand still in the air, and and then I see finally.
You basically made him raise up his hand, kneel down and raise up his hand.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
But he wasn't holding it up himself though.
Still,
that would have been in the African house.
Would have been peak still.
I was holding his hand. There was no ache. I was supporting the weight. But yeah. So then, once I'd finished and I felt like, yeah, these tears are sufficient for the crime that has been committed,
God, look at
I
how
let
you
his arm
said that.
go. Yeah, it's sufficient. You must be punished. And then I was just like, this is mad. Because now I'm realizing that I'm walking on eggshells because this kid is going to take this trauma somewhere. He may tell his dad, and then there's going to be a whole circle round of, you know what
Is
I'm
this
saying?
the
You
kid?
see, I don't need
Is
to
this
be
the one with the
thinking
baby?
this
Is this the one with the
much.
baby dad that was feeding the kids story?
Yeah.
Oh,
So now I'm like deep in, wait a minute, this is a really big but dirty circle that's just gonna
it's coming to bite your
go
ass.
back that way and then it's coming
It's gonna come
back.
back to you.
And I'm like, I'm not here for it. This is
It
long.
is
Very, very long. But
very.
then in saying that, the other relationship that I had with someone with a baby, very similar scenario in that it was to do with the kid and not so much to do with the woman. Because another scenario came up to do with discipline and myself. And because it's
There's a
someone else's
pattern here,
child,
guys.
I am a man that likes to show kids that I'm the man.
You're a
I don't think there's
disciplinarian.
anything wrong with that. Yeah, I am the man. It's not a case of I must be beating you and you must be obeying my every word. I don't set loads of rules. It's very simple. When I say something, on the very rare occasion that I actually have to say something, you need to be listening. Simple as that. After that, everybody knows where their boundaries are with me with regards to kids. There's very, very few. Do you know what I mean? Have fun, enjoy yourself. But the respectful bubble is there. And I let you know if you get too close to the edge. Well in advance. So anyway, this child was very young. A very intelligent, very, very young child. She was probably like 2, I think. Anyway, she's playing with a ball, and what's she doing? She's kicking it at me or something. I can't remember. Or she was kicking it at something in the room. All I know is she was kicking the ball at something that she shouldn't have been kicking the ball at.
Yeah.
It may have been me, but it might not. So I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You're 2. I'm just gonna let you know you need to stop doing that. So I told her. She listened. Then she resumed. I said, okay. So I held the ball and I said, okay, if you do this again, I'm not going to give you the ball back. Same happens again. So I took the ball. So then the child starts crying and I'm like, that's fine. I've got all day. I'm an adult and I'm patient. And I would, even though I have no kids of my own, I will tell you this. This is my advice for anybody. The only superpower you have against kids is your patience. You can outlast them. So play that hand. You can outlast them. So anyway, I took the ball. She starts crying. I'm like, that's great. But you're not going to get the ball back because I told you something. You didn't listen. So you might as well just either cry until it's bedtime or stop.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, this didn't even last but 2 seconds. And her mum was shouting at me. They're like, give him back the ball. I was like, huh? Me that's done nothing wrong. I should be giving this child back the ball. This one that's being disrespectful.
That's the thing. That's one thing I don't like. I don't like when if a child is naughty and you tell them off or whatever, and then in front of the child, the adult that told the child off is being told off, because then it tells the kid.
I said
it teaches the kid that basically what you did wasn't that bad.
Exactly. Or not even, it teaches them that, and it also teaches them that the real authority comes from this person.
Well, yeah, the real authority.
And that this other person is...
But to be fair to you, the mum had the real authority, not you.
No, of course. The mum has authority over all decisions to do with that child's life. That's her child. It's not my child. But that does not remove me as a disciplinarian figure if I am the man of the house. That doesn't...
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying what the way I would have handled that is, yeah, you do what you're doing, but later on I'll say to you, listen, like, I'm not saying you can't discipline the child, but I don't like it being done in that way. This is how I would like it to be done. That's how I would have dealt with that.
I know, no, I hear you. But
just not in
as
front
you
of
know
the kid.
me...
Not in front of the kid.
But as you know me, you can imagine, if you can, that I don't raise my voice
No, you don't.
when I'm telling kids off. As I'm talking to you
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
the
yeah.
same way that I discipline kids. The smile might be missing, but I'm not gonna be screw facing. I'm just gonna tell
I
you
think
straight.
when it comes to dating someone with children and the whole discipline thing, you've really brought up a good thing there, because I don't believe in smacking and stuff. I believe in have like treating the child like an adult, basically.
Mm,
So if you do something, I'm going to talk to you on a real level and let you know what you did and why what you did wasn't right. And I
hmm.
believe that should be sufficient enough. But then I also understand that some kids just
Ain't trying to hear it.
they just ain't about that life. Like some of them need smacking or some sort of discipline.
Hmm.
Because one of my siblings, is definitely like that. Like you can talk to them till your face turn blue. Then in here, out here, they've switched off. They don't want,
Out straight
yeah,
out.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They ain't
you've got to take
caring.
away privileges or something for them to feel it. Otherwise,
Mm.
they're just looking at you like, yo, you're hurting yourself in this situation because I don't give a damn. There's
Yeah.
some kids like that. There's
Yeah.
some kids like that.
I've met them. I've
So,
met them.
but if I was dating someone and they had a child and their child was rude to me or was naughty, obviously I would want to tell the child that what they're doing is wrong, because
Mm,
some people will tell you, some people they'll just, and like you'd rather learn from at home than go outside, do it to someone who doesn't give a damn about you and then
mm.
show you the real, yeah. So I would want to say something. But at the same time, because I know that's not my child, I'd be so apprehensive about giving any sort of discipline. And do you know what? The main reason why I'm not really a fan of dating someone with a child is because I'm a selfish person. I'm gonna take a
In what
I'm gonna take
sense?
accountability for that. I know I'm very selfish.
Yeah, but what do you mean? What are you selfish
When
about?
I'm dating someone, yeah, right, or when I'm in a relationship with someone, I want to be their main focus. So
Mm,
if we are, let's say, I want to go out, I want to go on a vacation, I want to do something, yeah. I don't want to hear I can't because I'm looking after Ashley on the weekend. Now hear me out. Hear me out. If I did date someone with a child, I'd want them to be present in the child's life because I
mm,
don't like deadbeat dads. So
yeah.
I wouldn't rate you if you had a kid and you wasn't in that child's life. So me knowing that I would want a man that is responsible, a man that is going to take responsibility for his kids, a man that is present, a man
Hmm.
that is actively
Hmm.
looking after the kids as well, that's actively co-parent. Do you know what I mean? Actively, like, that's what if I dated a guy with kids, that's the qualities I'd want him to have. But on the flip side, I'd be inside, deep down, I'd be like, rah, I'm competing with a kid. I'm competing for his time
But then what's the
with a
difference
kid.
with when you have kids?
If I have no, when I have kids, I'm having kids with him, and we both will be looking after the kid. But I'm talking about a
Of
situation.
course, yeah, but I mean, what's the difference? Like, if you just with a guy who has no kids, and then you and him have a kid, then
That
ultimately,
kid is
what's the difference?
ours.
But you're still competing for his time.
He's competing for my time too. It's not one way. So I
But it's not one way
it
with a
is
guy
it
that's got a
is
kid.
it is because I don't have a kid for him to be fighting for my time with. I can give you all of my time, baby. But you
Mm,
can't give me all of your time because you have a child that I expect you to be responsible for. If we
yeah.
both have a kid together, babes, you're fighting for my attention as well because I'm also pouring all of my
Mm-mm.
attention into our baby, and you are pouring all your attention into our baby. It's different. And I know there's some women
Yeah.
out there that understand what I'm saying. I know there's some women
No,
out
I
there
no,
that
I
feel
I
that
do
way.
get what you're
But for
saying. I do get what you're
but who
saying.
resonate with me, who are like, yeah, actually,
Mm.
yeah. Because like, yeah, I'm very selfish. It'll be like, oh, I can't see you on Saturday because like lastminute.com, baby mom needs to do something and I need to go pick up the babes. And I'll be like,
You'll be like,
I'll be like, it'll be like bittersweet because it'll be bittersweet because I'll be like, oh, that's amazing. He's such a good dad. Oh my god, that's so sweet. But at the same time, but I wanted to see you though. And I can't. And you know what's more frustrating about it? I wouldn't be able to voice that. I wouldn't be able to be like, you don't spend enough time with me because you're always spending time with your kids. Do you know how mad that is as a woman to say to someone? I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah,
able,
that is a
you
bit
can't say
much.
it. So, you know what?
But
It's
I
just,
think a guy would like bring his kids around you. Though I don't think
yeah,
it.
bring the kids around. But sometimes I want to clap cheeks without the kids there. How about that? Do you know
Eh,
what I mean? But I can't say
mm.
that. I've got to take you and the kids, which I've got no problem with. But I know deep down, it would be like, oh man,
Yeah, see, I don't know. I didn't see it as it. It really didn't bother me. I'm not gonna lie, but do you know what I think? I think it speaks to either like issues that I may have or like preferences because I think what you're talking about not being someone's priority. I think I like not being someone's priority.
you like not being a priority.
Yeah, I feel like I like knowing that it's me, but then also like yeah, but it's also not me. You know what
I
I mean?
get that,
Like
but the thing about me is, I'm talking about in a relationship here. I'm not even just talking dating.
no,
Like,
I'm talking
yeah, in a
relationship.
relationship, I'm quite, I'm tactile, if that's the right word, and I'm clingy.
Mm.
I want to
Well, I think those
shower.
are traits that fix
I want to pour.
fit women
I want to
more.
pour all my love and attention into you. I want to.
Mm.
I want to. I'm just very overly like a bit overly nurturing. I want to spend all my time. I want to be in your skin.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like Do you know what the thing is, yeah? I definitely appreciate all of that, but it does get sickly
Don't get me
after a
wrong, because
point.
as much as I say that, I also want to be able to spend time with my girls, do whatever I want to do, and in that time when I'm
No, no, no,
in
that's
that
all
time when
blessed,
I'm
but I
in that
think
time when I'm doing what I want to do and I'm having dummy time, you can have like chilling with the
yeah.
boys, but I'm more talking about the selfishness will kick in when it's like, okay, I'm not doing anything with I'm not doing my own
You ain't got no
I'm not doing
plans.
my own thing, and I had my
Yeah,
mindset that we were gonna do something, and now you're coming to tell me that you got to pick up Ashley. And I've got to be
yeah.
okay with that. But deep down, I'll be like, that's sweet, that's lovely, but I wanted to spend time with you. And that's where I would feel a bit
See,
like,
I
okay,
think
now I can't even
yeah,
say anything because that's his child and I expect him to be there for his child. That's when it becomes a problem.
yeah.
And I think
See, for me, it's
I should
definitely a
be rated
presence
for
thing.
even being honest about that
No,
because
you have to be honest, man. You have to let people know what it
like
is.
no, some people will just be like, I just don't want someone with kids, but I'm able to tell you that I know that there's a character flaw there, that I'm selfish. That's the reason. It's because I'm selfish.
Mm,
It's not even
yeah, I really
the whole
do.
like some women it's like, oh, but when I have a kid with him, I want us to both experience the first child experience together. For
That's also a thing.
that is a
That's
thing, and
definitely also a
yeah, when I
thing, you
was
know.
younger, that used to be how that used to be how I felt when I was younger. But obviously, like, you know, as you get older, there's less
Mm.
and less single men that are childless.
Of course, of
So,
course.
I mean, the way I'm going is more likely than not whoever I date will have a kid already. It's just
Yeah.
that
I
I
think
know
yeah,
that
if I could share, not that this is even the right episode for it necessarily. I mean, it's the best one in terms of what we're talking about.
mm,
But I did have a friend who has children with her partner,
mm,
but it's her first children, but it's not
mm,
his. And she like definitely at the start of the relationship was so like optimistic and happy and whatnot, but then speaking to her many years later, she was like, yeah, if I could change anything, it would just be like having kids with someone who is also their first kids because it just wasn't that special,
mm-hmm,
if you know what I mean.
mm-hmm.
Which I felt so sad, to be fair, because
Yeah,
you know what I
it
mean.
can happen, and but like I say, I feel like when you're in your when you're like in your early 20s, mid 20s, it's more feasible for you to meet a man that doesn't have a kid. When you
Mm-mm.
start moving to late 20s, early 30s and above, it's more likely than not he's got a kid. And the ones that don't have kids, flipping because they're unicorns, they move like
Mm. They move a bit mad.
because they know that. I mean, if you was to choose between someone with a kid and someone without a kid, you're gonna want. I'm presuming. the one without the kid is the one that's going to get chosen the most. If they both had the same qualities
Yeah, the same.
and all
They're
that,
exactly the same. Yeah, yeah,
you're going
yeah.
to choose the one without the kids. So they
Mm.
know that they're unicorns and they know that they're desired, and so therefore they move crazy. Kind of like how,
High value and
don't
that.
come to me with that high value book. Don't come to me with that. It's kind it's and it's and you know what? Maybe because maybe I should blame women because we put them on a pedestal, kind of like how we put black men on a pedestal, and they think they can give us bare minimum, and that's enough. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm,
But it's
mm.
like as you get older, the reality is, if you meet a guy, a great guy, and he doesn't have a child, you've literally met a unicorn, literally. Especially
Yeah, nah,
because a lot of
I
people
agree.
like are very so. Do you know how many people I know that have ended up having kids out of a one night stand or an unserious thing, just like a link or
Yeah, that's mad.
or situationship or casual
Yeah.
thing, and the girl got pregnant, kept the baby, and now they've got a baby, and it's not even out of a relationship. It was out of a we were just
Mm-mm.
having fun. Boom,
We were
there's the
just
baby.
vibes
This
and
is why you. This
freestyling
is why you
life.
wrap it up before you smack it up, peeps. This is why.
Mm-hmm.
But people ain't doing that. People are there doing all hitting it all raw and that, and then get pregnant. It's like, oh boom, but you knew what you was doing. Get pregnant, and it's like, oh,
Mm.
now I've got kids. And I've even met guys who've got more than one baby mama. Because we're here talking about one baby daddy, baby mom
I mean, I think multiple is
situation.
a whole. There's
But
different questions
I've
for
met guys
multiples.
that it's like, yeah, I've got 3 kids, 3 baby mums. Three,
Yeah, it's a
three.
lot. It's a lot.
Where am I fitting into that? Well, if it's not Ashley,
I mean, with
it's
yeah,
gonna be Tashawn. If it's not Tashawn, it's gonna be like you're gonna be telling me, oh, I can't see you because baby mama number one, so I need to pick up. Da, da, da. But then later in the week, it's
mm,
baby mama number 3.
yeah, that's a lot. I
It's a
mean,
lot,
I
right?
definitely understand how it happened old school because them man were on a different flex with the breeding up bear woman. It was an actual flex. It was an
It was
actual
actual
flex.
flex. Them lot, because people say that like it was a. I know there's a perception that it's mainly Caribbean men that move that way, but bare Nigerian men move like
Mm,
bare. I thought about it. I'm gonna ask you the question. We're gonna answer it first for myself.
mm,
I would
mm,
prefer to date someone that has multiple kids with one baby mum
mm-hmm.
than to date
Rather than
someone that's got multiple kids with multiple baby mamas.
yeah, yeah.
How about you?
Well, I think the connotation is very different with men and women
Mm.
for a start,
Hmm.
um, which
It's not fair,
also
by the
fed
way. It's not
into.
fair, but
And I know, but it's. Do you know what I mean? It's the way that I guess everybody is attached to the mother. The child is attached to the mother. The father is attached to the mother. Whereas not everybody is attached to the father. The father is the loose figure that can just go
I
out
mean
and
that's
wander
why he's got
anywhere
16
and
kids.
exactly.
Mm.
Whereas there's no woman that has 16 baby daddies.
I reckon it could be
If
possible.
you
It
see what
could
I
be
mean. I
possible.
mean,
It's
it could be done,
100%. It could be done.
but
Yeah.
it's just not a common. It's just not a common thing. It doesn't find itself in the same way.
Mm,
Um, but two to me is not an issue in terms of like the relationships that I got
mm,
into. I was like, yeah, like I would definitely, if this relationship progresses and whatnot, I'd happily father a child with you if you wanted to still have more children.
mm,
But even one of the girls, she actually in the middle of the relationship deeped it and said, "No, you know what? I can't be out here with 2 different baby dads. That's mad." And I was like, "Okay, bye,"
Wait, but
because I'm not gonna
did
convince
she
you.
already have 2 baby?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, no, she had one. She had one
Oh, and
child,
she's like, I need to be careful with.
and then she
I've
was
got to
just
be careful
like,
with you because I.
"Nah, I can't
Yeah.
be doing this
Oh.
again.
So
Like
so
having
so
two
so
different
does that
man."
mean she's not gonna date? That's not. That's sad. Everyone deserves
I don't
companionship.
know. No, I think she was dating. She was out here dating, but I think she just wanted everyone to just father her child, and I was like, "Ah, that's cool," but I have my own child that I want to be having
Oh, so she doesn't want
too.
to have any
Like,
more kids. Period.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right, right, right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, you are definitely entitled to
She is
that. That
entitled
is
to
your
that. Yeah, yeah,
body.
yeah.
Do
But to
you,
you, it's like I do
hun?
want to have children. So
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you?
I mean, sometimes
Like,
I think about
I'm
it. Sometimes I
honest.
think about it because obviously I've been in
Mm,
relationships, yeah. And I think if I'd got pregnant for them
mm.
and I was a baby mama, how would I move after that in the terms of dating? I don't.
Oh, as in if you didn't,
If it didn't
yeah,
work
didn't
out,
work out.
would I date again? Would I want more
See,
kids?
I wouldn't want more kids. Do you know what I think for me personally, I don't think this applies to men, but I think for me personally, it would be that I'm fine. I'm in love with my child. I'm trying to make the best of, a broken situation. And then I'm going to meet some painting. And then she probably going to want a child. And I'm not going to want to have her without, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like you want to fulfill someone's happiness. And I think almost by virtue of you having a child, it's just going to make her want one even
Yeah, she's
more,
gonna want her
like
own
sooner.
one.
Because
Yeah, she's gonna want her
yeah,
own.
she's gonna feel like she doesn't own you
Yeah,
because you
unless she
got
doesn't
this
want
whole
kids
thing
at
with this
all,
other
unless she never ever
person.
desired to have
Mm,
kids and she doesn't want to have them at all.
yeah, yeah.
If she did want kids, she's definitely gonna. She wanted them before. She's
She's gonna want
definitely
them. She's
gonna
gonna
want.
want it. Yeah,
She's,
yeah. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I feel like
So I think,
I
yeah.
feel like I would date again, but I don't think I would like settle.
Why do you say settle? That's an interesting word.
As in like commit.
Oh, so you just out here dating. You
I
don't
would,
wanna.
yeah, I think because for me, like being a mum is the ultimate goal for me in life in general. So for
Mm,
me, I'd be
mm,
happy to date, but for me to commit to a man, it would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to be like, okay, cool, I'm ready. I'm going to be a wife, or I'm going to be in a long term relationship. I would just
really?
focus my attention on my kid. Yeah, it would just be let me just raise my child.
But then,
I'm
like,
saying it. It's not a predicament I'm in. So it's easier said than done.
no, no, no. I know it's
And
easier
obviously,
said than
like
done.
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
want to be
thinking of the
alone.
emotional
No, I
stability as
wouldn't want to
well.
be
Yeah, and
alone. So I'd want companionship, but I wouldn't need. There wouldn't be like, oh, like, oh, I want to be married. I want to be committed. I'd be happy to.
yeah. But then, like, from the perspective of the man dating you, like, if you're not depending on him emotionally enough, then what's his real reason to like stay? Like
That's
obviously
his
it'll work
decision to make. That's
initially.
his decision to
No, no, no.
make.
But then yeah, but what I'm saying is then you're gonna find yourself like having to look again. You know what I mean? Like having to keep
I
finding
don't. I'm not looking. I
companions.
told you, value doesn't beg. I'm not looking. It
Oh, okay,
finds me.
okay.
So if it finds me, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because
Hmm.
being a mother to my child would be the most important thing to
Mm-hmm.
me. That's what my focus is on. Anything else is
I hear
additional.
you.
Yeah.
I hear
And
you.
I mean, I
I
guess
hear you.
maybe when the child's left the nest, then I'd be like, okay,
That's what I
in old
mean. But they leave the
age,
nest in
in
stages.
old age,
Yeah, then now you're gonna be
then it'll
looking,
be
man.
like, okay, like, I mean, I wouldn't be looking. If someone's there, I'd be like, do you want to do this thing? Might as well.
Who is gonna be there
What do you mean he's going to be
in
there?
old
There's
age?
so many, do you
The
know there's so many
single
men that don't want to commit? There's plenty of older guys out there that are not ready to settle down.
that are not
That
ready
don't
to
want to
settle
settle
down.
down. They're quite happy to have a good time, a casual thing.
Okay, okay, okay.
I think. Do you know
Mm,
what? I think there's more men who don't think about commitment and settling down than women. Women date for with the intention of I'm going to settle with this guy. But no, with
mm,
kids, yeah, the kids ain't mine. But am I staying though? Mm. If it, it depends on the circumstance. Depends on how many kids, how many baby mothers are we talking about here?
mm-hmm.
Um, and have I got over my selfishness?
Which is a character trait at this
I mean, it's
point.
a me.
So
It's a
how do you
Yeah,
get
it's a
over
me
it?
problem. It's not a them problem. I know that. I know that for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Um, but I just like to be. I like to be center of attention because you're going to be center of my attention.
Damn, I hear it. For me, if I'm honest, um, yeah, based on the experiences I've had, it's a no. I yeah, based on the experiences I've had, I would more so and please don't hate me, people, but I would more so advise people with kids to try and date people with kids, and people who haven't got kids, unless you are so serious about this particular person, and yeah, and you already know, like when you're gonna get into a relationship, but you kind of already know in advance that this is the one, and you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
already
yeah.
connected with them on such a level,
Yeah.
because it's just a very strange space to be figuring people out, because you've got whole other dynamics to stack on top of that relationship.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than a normal relationship. So if you ain't managed to make it work in a normal relationship, don't think that that is a different version of the same thing, because in my opinion it's not. It's more
Yeah, it
complicated.
is.
And that was the issue that I had going in, is I just thought, well, this is just a different type of relationship, but I think it's more than that.
Listeners, watchers, family, and that, let us know in the comments what your opinions are about some of the stuff we discussed. Share some of your experiences dating people with kids if you've done so before, and if you haven't, would you be open to, and why? Is it that you've matured now, you're older now, and you've realized that maybe the market is saturated with people with kids and you feel like it might be impossible to get someone without? Or do you still stand on your ground on that if you're older? And if you're younger, do you even care? And if you do or do not, why? Just share your experiences and your opinions on it. It would be nice to hear what you have to say. And yeah, as usual, our socials will be in the description. It's also at the bottom on the screen if you're watching.
Yeah.
So, find us on our platforms outside of this. Thank you so much for listening on the podcast platforms, and thank you so much for watching. Yeah, do remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, like the video if you enjoyed the conversation. And until next time, wait a minute, I forgot to even remind you lot, to make sure that you're giving the love and respect that you want for yourself. Till next time. Peace out.